I'm sorry?
Have you texted 911 recently?
No.
You're unsure of that, or?
No, I mean, there's this thing where, like, my phone is, like, being tampered with and monitored. It's not just this phone, it's a different phone. So there was, like...
Do you live anywhere near Leonia?
No. So, there was, like, an issue, last week where apparently someone called in a bomb threat to a school, and for some reason, Spring Valley Police and Ramapo Police thought it was me. And,
So you're being swatted?
I guess you could call it that. I've made, like, a number of reports to the FBI, like, online, and it kind of seemed like they weren't receiving them. So I actually drove to one of the FBI headquarters, the one in Newark, and spoke with Miguel Costa. And, I reported a number of things, but, there's, like, a number of anomalies that occur on my phone where, like, this one that we're speaking on, it doesn't happen, but on the other one, sometimes messages get rerouted to Kazakhstan, and I get, like, a message from my carrier where they tell me that the message can't be sent because I don't have, like, that add-on on my cell phone plan.
Also somebody could be hijacking your number and using it to spoof people. So, where do you live, by the way? What state?
New York.
You live in New York? Like New York State, upstate?
No.
Or Spring Valley, you said?
Well, no, I was driving through Spring Valley. I do live in Rockland, though.
Okay. So, Leonia, we're by the George Washington Bridge here, so we're not far from you.
Okay.
About 15, 20 minutes ago, your number sent a text to our dispatch center in Mahwah, New Jersey, where 911 calls are answered and our dispatchers are. And for some reason, it was pinging to an address in Leonia, which I don't know if they can mask that ping. I don't know how that works. Like, they masked the location, and it said some gibberish about, and it sounded like a swatting call. Dropped something at Linwood Ave in Fort Lee. I left an envelope with a list of explosives we were going to need for the next week at Chinaman and Greenwich. Sounds like a bunch of nonsense.
Okay.
Drop everything at the office in Bayonne. So did we text you saying, is there an emergency? And you texted back, no emergency? This was at 11:04. So half an hour, 45 minutes ago.
Let me see.
Do you have any unusual texts coming in around 11:04, or maybe a text from us?
No.
You don't have that? Somebody's using your number.
So, this is something, like, I brought up to Clarkstown Police last week, because they also showed up, like, at my house. And, basically, like, I used to sell drugs, and both of the suppliers that were, like, selling me, like, kilos of coke were informants. One was, like, for the FBI, and, this guy's in a gang, and it's called Bounty Hunter Bloods, and essentially, like, it's almost like they've been trying to make me move, where, like, they harass people I work with, try to get them to fire me. This guy sent me death threats, which I recorded. Like, all the stuff I've reported to Miguel Costa of the FBI in Newark. And he told me that all this stuff is New York stuff, and that the FBI, New York, would contact me. That never happened. And this is like 3 or 4 months ago. So I mean...
So you used to sell drugs?
Correct.
You got caught for it or whatever, you got busted?
No, I never got busted, and that was the issue. So basically, they couldn't even charge me with I guess they could have charged me with conspiracy, but you know, the guy I was...
The people you were involved in turned on you, so you don't have a good relationship anymore or something?
No, like, the guy... Alright, so it came to my attention that basically this dude works for the FBI. And it's come to my attention, like, because of that. The reason I'm so sure is that they won't take any reports. Like, I've confessed to the FBI, I've confessed to the Westchester County District Attorney's Office, and it's like...
What were you trying to confess to?
Purchasing and selling drugs.
Alright.
To the extent...
You can't...
What do you...
I couldn't prosecute you for that if you just came in and said you have been selling drugs for the last year. Like, I need evidence. I need to... You know what I mean? I need a picture of you with the kilo. I need a kilo in your hand. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's...
Even confessing, it sounds weird, but I need more than that, you know?
Okay, so that might be
like,
true.
You telling me this? Like, there's nothing I can do about that, you know what I mean?
I understand, but it's like...
Yeah.
It's...
This guy, you're saying there was a guy that you were involved with, you strongly suspect he's working with the FBI.
And they're either doing this shit themselves, or they're helping them do it, or they're covering up for them. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but there's all kinds of weird things that happen with my cell phones, my internet connection at home. I've got people signing me up to gay dating sites, people trying to, what was the other thing, like register a car in my name. It's just like all kinds of weird random shit, and it's like, who has time for this? You know what I mean? Like,
what would be their motivation?
So when I stopped selling drugs in 2023, I moved to Wisconsin, and when I got there, I guess my phone was off for a few days. My uncle in New York was under the impression that I got murdered. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess they don't want me in the area so that they can look David Alonzo, Bounty Hunter Bloods, the people that, you know, he hangs out with, sells drugs with, so that he can look tough as an informant. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I know that the FBI is, like, being real tight-lipped about this. Like, if someone were... Like, I'm not from New Jersey, but if you had a resident of New Jersey that, you know, you investigated for years, and, you know, you didn't catch them, and then a year later they show back up in New Jersey and they confess to everything, and they're trying to tell you, you know, like, where they bought their drugs from, on the days they bought their drugs. You know, they basically come in and lay everything out to you, and then nothing comes of it. There's like, it just seems like really weird. So weird, in fact, that it's like they're trying to cover it up.
And you reported this to Clarkstown and the FBI.
So I have I made a number of reports to the FBI, like online, where you know, I explained as much as I could, but there is literally a character limit. So you know, like, within that character limit, you know, I asked that I be contacted, you know, that they interview me, interrogate me, ask me questions so that I could recall information. At this point, that was like almost a year ago. Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened at all. And then I want to say maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I drove to the FBI in Newark and made an in-person report.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Kevin Ham.
Kevin, what is it?
Ham, H-A-M.
Kevin Ham, okay. And you live in Clarkstown?
Yeah. It's very weird. I mean,
I've been for 5 years, and this is bizarre.
I feel like after everything,
these swatting things or these spoofed, this is common though. We get them all the time.
It is.
They hijack your they take your number and then they mask the location of it. They mask the identity of it. So there was this bizarre text message sent to 911 from your phone number.
Well, I can tell you this. Last week, Spring Valley Police said I called in a bomb threat to 911, and then they stopped and detained me while I was working, impounded my car, and it's like I had to file a small claims because it's like it's insane.
And then what happened? They had no evidence. They dropped it.
Well, I was never charged, so they stopped and detained me in a different jurisdiction. I was brought down to the detective division.
Spring Valley?
Yeah. They asked me if I had explosives in my car, and my response was, Yonkers police just searched the vehicle. And then they asked me if I had explosives in my house, and I said no. And then they basically let me go.
This was last month?
Last week.
Last week? Okay. That's some weird shit, man.
I mean, I feel like at this point, don't you think the FBI should have sent someone to talk to me from New York, right?
Honestly,
they can't be that busy.
No, I think, well, you'd be surprised. I think with spoofing numbers and text, we had bomb threats here done to our schools, and it ended up being such a widespread, massive thing, and nobody ever knew where it was tracked. It was supposedly tracked to another state and another country than Eastern Europe. The technology is way more advanced than our capabilities of finding people and locations. That's the only way I can describe it. It's voice over IPN. You use multiple servers. You use different access points, different what do you call it? Points of service, whatever, where your internet goes. You never find a person. You never find out how. Through computer programs using your number and spoofing it is very easy. It's been around a while. So somebody's obviously doing it on purpose to you. And like you said, you have some kind of history. So I don't know, what the history is, what the motivation is, the people that you used to be involved with.
I mean, so for me, I feel like
trying to get back at you for something or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, this guy's that FBI report that I made. I uploaded it to YouTube and put his mugshot on it. So I mean, yeah, he's obviously mad.
Is it still on there?
Yeah, I'm not taking it down. I'm never gonna take it down. And I literally said in the FBI report, if you do not come interrogate me or contact me, I'm posting this on YouTube. And that's exactly what happened.
What's the video called? I can look at it right now.
It is David Alonzo. David Alonzo. No, hold on. Los Zeta Federal Informant David Alonzo, I believe.
What was the first part?
Los Zeta.
Los Zeta?
Zeta. Like the Los Zeta cartel?
Right. David Alonzo. Los Zetas. I don't have anything with David Alonzo on YouTube.
Really?
Los Zetas. David Alonzo.
Yeah, it's like ZETA. It should still be up there. I mean, I didn't take it down.
Is it your YouTube account?
Yeah. Do you have a number I could call you back at, or like email it to you? Like a link.
Yeah. You can email it to my work phone, my work email.
Sure.
It's EGOODELL. Goodell.
Hold on one second. And I should not be doing this right now. So you said EGOLL?
No. You know, Roger Goodell from the NFL?
I'm sorry, Roger who?
Same last name. You know the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell?
No.
Okay. I was going to say the same last name. It's a first initial last name, so it's EGOO. D like David, ELL. 2 L's.
Yep.
At Leonia, LEONIA, NJ.gov.
LEONIA
NJ.gov.
NJ. .gov. Okay. So I'm driving right now. When I get home, I can send you a bunch of stuff actually, like links of stuff that I've recorded and reported.
Yeah. So you're Kevin Ham.
Correct.
KEVINHAN.
Yep.
So you reported to Spring Valley recently, right? Or you run in with Spring Valley?
They put a stop and detain order on me after I spoke to them earlier in the day while I was in Yonkers. And they said that I called in a bomb threat to one of the schools in, I guess, Monzi or Ramapo.
Yeah.
And, like, there's like, actual news articles that says, like, someone called in a bomb threat and they responded to it. And that was January 15th when that happened.
January 15th. What's your, I want to call over to Spring Valley and get their report.
Sure. What's my what?
What's your date of birth code?
042591.
Because I want to see it. I don't really care about other stuff or, you know, whatever they thought you did or whatever. I just want to clear this nonsensical 911 text up, and then, yeah, that's pretty much my concern. But what you're telling me is, I've heard this before. This stuff happens. If you run afoul of somebody, or somebody's wants to harass you, or whatever reason, or if you have problems, they can use technology to cause you a lot of problems. It worked with Spring Valley, obviously, right? Because
I'm sorry?
Your car and everything. It worked with Spring Valley. They hassled you pretty badly, right?
Well, they detained me in a different county and impounded my car, and it was $544 to get the car out of impound, and then I lost a day's pay. Mind you, I had spoken to the guy earlier that day, and I wanted to make an appointment to come in and speak with him, and that just ended up not happening. So they put a stop.
Did you show him your phone and stuff and say that you didn't make the call?
No, I did not show him my phone because
how did you clear it up with them then?
They ended up just ending the questioning because, basically once they put the stop and detain order on me and impounded my car while I had a passenger in the vehicle, it was kind of like I'm not willing to, cooperate at this point. You know what I mean? It went from I'll come in, make an appointment, show you both of my phones and a bunch of other stuff to you stop and detain me, and now you're kind of going to have to figure it out on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they took your car. What did they take your car
because I wasn't in Spring Valley at the time. Like, I wasn't in Rockland County anymore. Like, so I was in Westchester County. They called Yonkers Police and Westchester County Police, had them stop and detain me. They put me in a Yonkers Police car, and then transported me to the Yonkers Police Detective Division. Mind you, like, if they felt that it was that serious, they could have just did it in Rockland County when this all initially happened. So I felt like none of it made sense.
A bunch of questions in Yonkers?
Not really. Mostly if I had explosives. And then they wouldn't even mention the fact that a bomb threat was called into a school. I didn't find that out until 2 days later when I was at work, when one of my coworkers told me about it. And then I looked online, and there's news articles about it.
Okay.
So it's like, I have no idea what the hell is going on.
But obviously, from your phone number, somebody made bomb threats, and it came back to the number I just called you on. We've established that, right?
They didn't really tell me much. They just wanted to know if I had explosives. So, at this point, I have no reason to believe that, like, essentially I've never really had a run-in with police in Rockland County. If this happened in Westchester County, I would have said that the police totally made it up, that there was no bomb threat. But, you know, it was on the news, so I'm not really sure.
Okay. Can I call you back if I need to tonight?
Sure.
Does it clear this up?
Of course.
You're going to bed anytime soon, are you?
I'm probably going to try and do like another hour or two of work, and then I'll be going to bed.
Alright, man. I appreciate you talking to me. I want to just clear this up and then write something up that, you know, I spoke with you and you explained it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Alright, Kevin. Thanks, man. I'll call you back.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, bye-bye.